Disclaimer, buckle up. This episode of Three Friends and All the Things is packed with foul language, inappropriate comments, and even some streaking. If that's your jam, then welcome to the circus. Let the shenanigans begin.
That's what he does.
We're just missing Jay. That's all.
Yeah. I'm just confused. Like, there's Bad Bunny, right? Is there a Good Bunny? Is there a Mrs. Bunny? Is there a Mrs. Good Bunny?
There's a Bugs.
Welcome to Three Friends and All the Things podcast, the show where filters go to die, opinions fly free, and laughter is basically a full-time job. They're not here to solve the world's problems. They are here just to make each other laugh and maybe learn a thing or two along the way. This is Three Friends and All the Things podcast, real talk for real people.
Bunny.
Burr, burr, burr.
Welcome back to Three Friends and All the Things with Chris, Dave, and our guest host, Colleen. Welcome, Colleen.
What I really want to do right
thanks
now
for
is...
having me, guys.
What I really want to do is the
coming in.
Kermit the Frog from Muppet Show. Yay!
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Can I tell you,
To
I
have the actions down
personally
right, it's just the
identify
voice you
with
need to
Miss
work on.
Piggy. So you can be my Kermit.
I
do.
identify with Gonzo.
Well,
I think I
kind of
think
an
I
animal
identify-
too.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
If I had to,
Let's
if I
jump
had to
right
pick
in.
one to die by, it would be animal.
yeah. He's pretty cool. I personally
is.
am a fan of Dr. Bunsen.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I like the
and I
chef.
like the chef guy too,
Yeah.
because he is wicked
The
with
chef's
those
my
knives.
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, the chef
Yeah,
is
it's because he has
definitely my
human
favorite.
hands. The chef
He
has
does.
human hands. Why are we talking
he
about the
does.
Muppets? Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry. I went off track with,
Bad
with
Bunny.
the bunny.
That's
We're
why.
supposed to be talking. Oh, so what we're talking about
Okay.
tonight is we're talking about
This is what happens.
the two halftime shows, the Bad Bunny and the Kid Rock, is the debate why
Yes.
two Super Bowl halftimes in the history of the NFL. Why is
Good
that?
question, Dave. Good question.
We'll start off with you, Chris. What is your opinion on the two?
Being that I didn't even know who Bad Bunny was until he dated Kendall Jenner for 3 seconds. He came out. Well, it's true, right? It's the only reason why I know who
You know
this
more
guy
than
is,
I
right?
know, because I didn't
Right.
even know who the hell Bad Bunny was, period.
Right. So
I thought it was like some rapper.
yeah,
I was
right.
like,
So
oh, it's another rapper. Here we go.
yeah,
Right.
so he comes out and he's
He's only a
representing
rapper
the
if it starts with
Latino.
Lil Bad Bunny.
This is true.
Good point. Well played. I thought he was okay. I don't know who he is. If I don't know who the artist is, I'm really not interested. Honestly, I'm not interested. What I did like was I turned around and I was like, oh my God, that's Lady Gaga. And then apparently he had Ricky Martin, but
Mhm.
I really did not pay much attention to his halftime show. Now, with that being said,
Can I interject just one quick
yeah.
thing? Can we have a moment for Ricky Martin looking as damn good as he did? Like that deserves a nod. He looked pretty damn good. I'm just saying.
honey, I'd give
Well,
him more than a nod.
Listen, I can't give nods to anything I didn't see because I didn't watch. I only watched half the Super Bowl. I didn't pay attention to any of the halftime shows. And the stuff that I did see, both of them were treacherous, in my opinion. We haven't had a good halftime show. The last one, let me rephrase. The last one that was any good, that I thought was any good, was the one with Eminem and Dr. Dre, with
Yeah.
all the old heads coming
And
out.
I
rapping.
expected
That,
much
to me,
more
was
from that
probably the
one
best I've
than
seen
we
in the
got.
course of 20 years that I had any interest in
yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
I expected more from that than what we got. I thought that they were going to collaborate, not just sing a snippet from each of their
Mhm.
top songs. I expected a collaboration. Like
Yes.
it was supposed to be our childhood brought back to life. Right?
Right.
So I was a little disappointed
Which
in
one
that.
are we
And
talking? Are we talking about the one I was referring to from
Yes.
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
years?
With the one
Yeah.
with Eminem.
And I
Yeah.
feel like
Right.
feel like the one with Eminem, I feel like all the things that they advertised leading up to the Super Bowl, that was basically the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was like
Yeah.
really no surprises.
No.
You know,
You know how they do
Well,
previews
I think
of the
who was the one that
Super
did?
Bowl
There was one
commercials
surprise
now?
at the end that jumped in.
yeah.
Who was that?
I'm getting two conversations at once.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
Chris. I mean, go ahead, Colin.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, it's gone. That thought's gone.
It's perfect.
You have
fits
a
in.
limited
I love
amount
it.
of time
I love
to
it.
catch a thought.
It's gone.
It's like
I told
it's
you.
like it's like a little weasel. Just woo!
Yeah. It's called.
Yes.
It's called brain fart.
Yeah. But
We all
with
have them.
But with Bad Bunny, I didn't understand. First of all, I don't even know who the guy is. That's number one. Number two, although he's not hard to look at, but you know, but I didn't understand a word he was singing. And if I don't even know who you are, I'm not going to watch you. But if I don't know you and I don't know what you're talking about, yeah, I'm just going to stand there and be like, eh. So I was kind of like doing my own thing, whatever. And then it was only, I think last night or 2 nights ago, Joe mentioned the Kid Rock halftime show. And I'm like, I heard about it, but I didn't see it. So we YouTubed it. And it was pre-recorded. The timing was off. So there's a lot of people thinking that he was lip syncing to it. But he says he wasn't. And it was good. Like, you know, he came out and he did some of his songs and he played the guitar, but his was more of a real like country, proud to be American, that kind of thing, where Bad Bunny was more
was more of a concert.
It was more of like being inclusive to the, I don't want to say immigrants, but I guess like the immigrants that are coming into the country. He was like, you know, peace and love and all this other stuff. And it was more about,
so basically
like,
he played a political.
No, that he
I want to say
did,
he took a political point.
The songs
without
that
saying
he
it.
played were his songs. He didn't write something new to become political. I think politicians used an already existing artist and song reportoire and made it more political than.
Oh, I think I can actually, I think Colleen, you're right. But I also know that if you'd watched him in the awards ceremony, he made it political. He turned his thing into a political statement by what he did on stage.
So
when he went into that concert, he dove into that and he wrote it.
Can we have a moment about how I don't care what an actor or a rap artist or a country music singer thinks about politics? It means no more to me than Joe Blow down the street. Where did you get your poli-sci degree? When you can answer that question, then you can orate to me about your belief in politics. But until then, it's just an opinion like any other. You're an actor.
Right. And I don't think it needs to be, broadcasted. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be broadcasted. I think stick to, well, you're there to get an award. Everybody has a platform anymore, and they turn it into more. Listen, we're already divided. So why continue? Why not try to pull people together versus keep on dividing them?
Yes.
Right.
Like, that's where I get angry, because I'm like, dude, like, you complain about all this stuff, but yet you're still like, you're following suit. You're still doing the same thing. You're still like progressing it and dragging it out further and further and further. Like, my opinion on that second halftime show, I don't think that they necessarily were looking for an entertainment purpose. I think what they were trying to do was take people away from the viewership of the first one, regardless.
They were trying to punish the NFL.
Yeah.
They
were trying to take away the viewers of that halftime show. They didn't want anybody watching,
which equals ad revenue and millions of dollars if they were as successful as they thought they were going to be.
Right.
But I have to tell you, I didn't know what he was saying. I don't speak Spanish. I thought it was a good show. I thought it probably would have been better had I known any of the lyrics.
And we've had technical
I was
difficulties.
thrilled that the women had on more than a bra and panties. I was thrilled that the women were dressed, that there was actual singing going on, even though I didn't know what it was. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't know what he was singing about, but it wasn't a bad show. I have nothing against Kid
I agree
Rock.
with that.
I like Kid Rock. I have Kid Rock on my playlists. I had an issue with the premise of his show. The faith, family, and something, whatever it was supposed to be. From Kid Rock, faith and family. From a guy whose most of his songs talk about, smoking dope and being with hookers. And again, nothing against Kid Rock. I just don't know that he was the guy to put in charge of your faith first concert.
Hanging with my homies in cell block C.
We're all family here.
I mean, do you put Diddy in charge of the youth group? No, you don't put Kid Rock in charge of a faith show. It just doesn't work for me.
No, you don't. But I'll say this: you're right. In the very beginning, for the most of his career, I would say a little more than half of his career, the image he portrayed. He portrayed that hardcore white redneck rapper. This, that, and the other.
Which is hysterical because he grew up in a mansion.
Yeah, well, most
Kid Rock did.
He did. $1 million home with horse barns and there was nothing trailer park about him.
How did I not know this?
Really, Google, baby, Google.
And that's the thing. Like he's changed. He's changed his representation of himself now to.
He cut his hair.
Yes, and
he
fund.
He's
his
very fair weather.
Backing. Yeah. He's changed his
opinions. Yeah, like he was mad at Bud Light, but he's on camera drinking Bud Light at a concert, and he's
drinking a Bud Light.
Anti this, but then a year later he's all over it, and he's very fair weather. Again, he's a singer. I don't really care what his political leanings are. He doesn't influence policy.
No, because it really doesn't matter, because 90% of the singers and rappers of today's day, they're taking their money and they're backing their person.
That's true, and that's a little frightening.
We don't really
a load of narcissists.
We don't really care
to give money to another load of narcissists. It doesn't give us much of a chance.
Isn't that the definition of Isn't that the definition of politics, though?
Yeah.
Narcissism?
Really? When it comes down to it,
they're all they want to control everything. They want to control everything.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anybody who's at least freaking qualified to be making these decisions. You know what? I think the three of us should be running the country.
Yeah, you might as well. You could pick you could get a homeless guy to run this place.
Pretended.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Look,
if I was running this country, I'd be Judge Judying the shit out of everybody. I would be Judge Judy. Mm-hmm.
My problem is
you don't want me in charge because this is an honest to God true story. I honestly contemplated with a serious mind vehicular manslaughter in the ShopRite parking lot. You don't want me in charge of anything because I think that you should be able to slap a bitch when a bitch needs to be slapped.
That's the old school mindset.
Not the one you
ain't that far from what we believe in.
Take them out back, fist fight, shake hands when you're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go behind the sand pile, have it out, and then walk around like your best friends.
Knock someone's tooth out, and then go have a beer with them. And you can tell that there's an entire generation of people who haven't had a tap on the jaw, and they could do with one.
Mm-hmm.
No, and that's all the younger generations coming through.
What is it that they say? Some of you never held a flashlight for your dad while he was fixing something and it shows.
Yeah.
Right?
They don't know what a flashlight is. They can't hold it, but they don't know what it is.
I said, hold it here.
Seriously.
Where are you pointing that?
If you move it one more time, I'm going to shove it up your ass. I'll beat you with it. Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at butterflies and moths and...
Look, there's a bird. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, or you're looking down at your feet going, what is that? What's that?
Yeah.
What's this? Or you ain't paying attention. You're looking away while you're holding it. Next thing you know, the flashlight's in the driveway.
You start to drift.
Because you've been looking at something else and not paying attention to what's going on in the car. Start to drift.
I know.
And your dad's like, dude, it's dark out. I can't see, and moving the flashlight does nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's
or
that's
you
where I'm
get
at
the
when I'm out in the
fidgeties.
driveway doing it,
Apparently-
like working on a car.
You get the fidgeties,
Dave,
and you
if
would
that's what
start
your dad-
bobbing the flashlight like it was like you were at a rave,
Yeah.
right? Before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
even
yeah.
knew what a rave was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if
Or
Dave
your
was
dad
treated
says,
like
"What do you
that,
have? What do you have? An epileptic seizure?"
yeah, if Dave was
Stay
treated
still.
like that by his dad, then he had it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like, I'm
dark. I
sitting there
can't
yelling at
see.
my
What do you
kid.
think to do? Meanwhile, Colleen and I are over here getting belted. Like, hold the flashlight still. Okay.
I have to
Okay.
Yeah,
tell
my
you
dad
one
would
more
take
goddamn
it.
time.
Well, see, my dad would get so mad, he would take it and he would slam it on the thing and say, "Get the fuck away from me." I got it. Get away from me.
No, my
Dad,
dad
I'm out.
liked to
God.
have an appreciative audience to his mechanical endeavors. So once you were drafted, you were there for the long haul. You were there until
That's
the
it.
project ended. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had 2 other brothers, so most of the time, because I was the oldest, I got sucked out there holding the flashlight.
Well, that sucks to be
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
does.
why, but I
Flashlight
was
man.
always the one out there as dad's assistant.
Flash
Jerry,
Bagassy.
I don't know. Jerry had
Yeah.
some magic. My brother had some magic that he didn't have to do any of that.
Because he's the
Was he
oldest
younger?
and he was the boy. No, he was the oldest and he
I
was the
oldest?
boy.
Oh, that's weird because
Yeah.
I was the oldest.
Well,
and I
and
didn't
he
get
played
any magic.
sports and he couldn't get hurt and
Oh, God, no. No.
yeah, protect that
No.
arm.
Yeah, protect those fingernails. I don't want you to crack a fingernail.
Make sure you wash.
Listen, I know this is
Tell
so
little
off
Joey,
topic,
make sure he washes his hands.
and it's not even on season yet, but can we talk about the baseball players and their mittens?
Yeah.
Mittens.
And they're,
Yeah.
who calls it?
Yeah.
Mittens.
When they
Cool.
slide, they
Mittens.
come out now and they put
you're
they
talking
put the
about
oven mitts on.
Oh, yeah,
Mittens.
They put the
sliding-
oven.
sliding mitts. Yeah,
Yeah, man up. Come on. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with
Like-
scraping your hand and getting a little gravel in there. No one ever died from
during
a little
the
field
during the
rash.
Super
You know-
Bowl. That guy
you know what
had
Jay
a
would
blister on
say
his
here,
foot
Colleen?
and
You got to land the
left
plane,
the
Colleen.
field.
Colleen, land the plane.
My God.
Listen, I brought it back to the Super Bowl, though, man. I brought it back
She
to the
did.
Super Bowl.
She
I,
did.
I
Well,
brought that around.
That's something you've already done something that me and Chris won't do.
Yeah, well, this is why you and I always get
Listen,
yelled at by,
that's why we get
by the
yelled at.
Birdman.
The
Or if
guy
you
at the
talk
Super
about,
Bowl
what is
got
it?
a blister on his foot and had to go off the field and down the tunnel because of his boo-boo. I grew up a hockey fan. I am a tried and true ice hockey person. I don't.
So do you even watch football? So do you watch football?
Not really. Like I watched the Super Bowl really for the commercials. I mean, I'll watch the
Gotcha.
game. My ex was all about all the sports, so I had a lot of exposure to it, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, there's a game on, I got to watch it. Hockey, I'm like that, but not with any other sport. And when you grow up with a breed of player that plays with a broken leg, or like Lappy, who got a puck to the face and 36 stitches and 4 teeth knocked out, a career-ending injury, and played the next period. Mittens
Uh-huh.
and blisters. I don't
Yeah.
have
They don't
anything
belong
good
here.
to say about that.
Listen,
So we'll just
there's-
leave
to
that
go
there.
along with that. Since we're going in that direction, to go along with that.
Yeah.
The other side of it is too all the money, the guaranteed money that they get. Which for
And
what?
listen, how
Like-
many games do the football players play?
You get hurt. They get hurt and sit on a bench. They're still getting paid. I get sick. I go home from work. I'm not getting paid
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
unless you get sick time.
They
And
play
you only
So-
get so much of
16
that.
weeks and then they play 16 weeks and then if they make the playoffs, then it's however long the team's in the playoffs for.
Mm-hmm.
So 16
So-
weeks and there's a bye week. So
Football
that's
players.
15
Football, yes,
games,
correct.
right?
15. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
No,
they,
actually, it's 18
you know, like
now.
they-
They
they-
added 2 games.
Oh, that's right. They did.
They added
They
2
did.
games. So it's
Yeah.
a little bit longer. They're actually talking about adding another game.
well, that's because they're doing
Christ.
that
and they're
international
complaining
thing
that
now,
they don't want
right?
to do that. Yeah, they want to. Yeah, they're going to have. They're adding, I believe, 3 more countries to play in next year. So more teams are going to be
Okay.
overseas than home.
Mhm.
I think what you're going to see probably within the next 5 to 10 years, because of what they're doing with the international teams, they're going to add teams overseas, and their homes are going to be overseas. And we're going to
Mhm.
see our teams going there, and their teams coming here.
Because they're trying to expand in the market.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Because it's getting very popular.
so
Now,
do you
I have
think in that respect, do you think that we might start seeing, like, if that happens, right, and we expand in the European market, do you think they will start bringing European artists over here for the Super Bowl, for the halftime
Yes.
show?
they already
Yes.
do. They already have.
Yes.
The Who and Shakira, and I mean, we've already had an arm's length list of non-Americans doing the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah,
But not-
how's that different?
we have, but for the most part, they spend most of their lives here. I think what Chris is saying, like, there's going to be artists that live in those countries now that don't reside here. You'll start seeing them come over here and doing more.
And maybe artists that we don't really know of here that are
Mm-hmm.
popular in Europe, you know,
Yeah.
will they start bringing those, the I don't want to say no name, but the lesser known artists that are very popular in other
The
countries?
lesser-known
Are they
US
going to start
base. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
try and get them to blow up their career here so they get a
Yep.
wider fan base in the US?
Yep. And that's
Yeah. I
where,
mean, it doesn't
in
sound
all
like a
honesty, I
bad
think what they
idea.
should do is, with these Super Bowls, if you want to keep, it's obviously this one got out of control. So my opinion is this: with that, what they should do is tell these, look, guys, you don't just go out and play your music. Like, we
Mhm.
don't need, we're not providing you a platform to politically speak.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
You're out here to entertain, just entertain. That's it. You want to do on your stage when you're getting your awards. If you want to make it a political statement, that's nobody's
Mhm.
telling you what to do there. So when you're on our stage, this is what we expect. We're paying you to perform and entertain the people that are here. That's it.
Yes.
Your beliefs are your
I
beliefs.
agree.
Nobody
I don't
cares.
think that politics and sports belong together. One is entertainment,
here's
and
where
the
it
other
starts.
is, in fact, our lives. And I don't think that they
Correct.
should
And
cross over.
And where the NFL made their mistake was about roughly 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. They let a certain Colin Kaepernick take a knee
Mhm.
and review and exploit his political views on national TV so everybody could
Mhm.
fuss over him, and he wasn't going to stand until certain individuals were accountable for certain things. And they kicked him out of the league, and since then he hasn't been back. So in my opinion is this: if you're going to kick a player out for doing that, why are you advertising these individuals that are going to entertain you and they're going to give them that same platform? They're not even part of the NFL. They're just there to entertain you.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to let a player do it,
Although
you shouldn't be letting outsiders do it.
I have to say that when I read the lyrics, I read the translation of the lyrics to Bad Bunny songs. And there was nothing overtly political against the US in his lyrics, except one song where he was talking about the colonization of Puerto Rico. And I mean, let's face it, anytime there's a colonization, things are not going to go well for the native people. And having family in Ireland, I can't say anything bad against pointing out colonization errors. Can we call them errors? It's all about I didn't land the plane.
That's because Jay is secretly on this episode, and nobody knows
surprise
it.
me.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't yelled and screamed, "Land the plane, Colleen! Land the plane!"
I know.
Well,
I know.
So that's my opinion. I don't really know what he was. I don't speak Spanish, but from what I got from reading the lyrics, it wasn't I hate the US. It was more, maybe don't bring in foreign companies to run our, to put up 8,000 hotels on our beaches and rape the natural environment. which I don't think is a bad message, right? I don't think that it was as political as people thought it was going to be. And I was
From
I
what
was
I
okay with what he
read,
said.
Good.
because again, I didn't understand a thing he did, although his set was really cool. I will say that his set was very cool.
Mhm.
And the I don't know if you guys know this little fun fact, but the bride and groom that were in the halftime show during his set, they actually got
Mhm.
married right then and there.
No
They were-
way,
Jennifer,
they were
really?
like-
Jennifer watched the whole thing. She told me.
Yeah. So little fun fact
That's
there.
really
But
cool.
it is cool, yeah. But with that being said, I didn't understand anything he said. I didn't understand any of it. I was like very confused through the whole show. But from what I read and what people are saying is that he spoke about like peace, love, unity, and he was trying to like build up I guess the minority population. And I think there may have been something in there about like if you're illegal, like leave, but if you want to stay, you got to do things the right way. If you want to be here,
And
type of thing.
That's the message that I got from hearing other people talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think where the problem came in is had he not, I think I think he did himself in is what happened. I think when he took his award and
Mhm.
made his speech more political than just thanking everybody, I think that's what did him in because everybody knew he was going to be part of the Super Bowl and he did this. You know how that first impression kills you?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mhm.
first impression ate him up. So when he went out there to perform, nobody took interest. And then them other singers that did their own little halftime show, they were probably watching. I'm sure some of them may have been there and took offense to it. And they were like, you know what? We're going to put our own together. Screw him. We're going to put our own together. And in the same breath, while he was up there taking that award, there was another foreign singer up there who said it was a female, I don't remember her name, but she made the statement of, and I brought this up to my wife talking to her about it, where she made a statement, how can you be considered illegal when you live on stolen ground?
Right.
And I looked at it as this. She's right, but that did not stop you from going back to your $5 million home that you built on the stolen ground. So if you
Good
got
point.
if you got something that you want to say, then you better practice what you preach. So if you're going to boycott or make a statement about the United States in the situation that we're in right now to defend, certain individuals, that's fine. But back up with your words. Don't go back to your $5 million home. Oh, I made my statement. I'm going to go live my life and go back to eating your bonbons and sitting there with your bunions getting pummiced by your butler and, living life like there ain't no tomorrow. But yet you went on national TV and said, it ain't illegal if you're living on stolen ground. But yet you old mosey down to the old $5 million corral and you're eating your, bonbons and your sushi and you got old Henry buffing up them bunions. You know what I mean?
Getting pummiced.
You pummiced, by the
Poor
way.
Jeeves. I
Pummicing
didn't know
them
that was
corns.
part of Jeeves's job.
Dave,
Just
is that
saying.
why you're as calm as a pickle? Do you get pummiced?
Yes, I get pummiced. Calm as a pickle, I get pummiced.
That was
By
funny.
the way,
Dave is as
that
calm
is
as
now
a pickle.
that is now trending nationwide.
Yes. Hashtag calm as a pickle. Yes.
I'm
Hashtag
signing ever
pumice
since
those
Jennifer.
bunions.
She broke my stone so bad that night. I'm like, you know what? I'm hashtagging it with everything.
I don't know if you heard the story, Colleen. Dave was on the phone and he said, "Oh yeah, you're as calm as a pickle." And Jen was like near him, and she was like, "I don't really pay attention to his conversations, but I heard that." And she's like, "I think you mean cool as a cucumber." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." So now it's a new trend,
Same
calm as a
thing.
pickle.
They're both green.
She gets mad. So wait. Everybody says, what's the one oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Never mind. It'll come back to me. It's irrelevant at this point.
You got Colleen brained.
I had brain
Right?
fart, but
Yeah.
it's basically the
It's like
same
a
as saying
squirrel.
you're as calm as a pickle. Like where they
Yeah.
say it's oh, once in a blue moon. Well, I say
Yeah.
once in a gray moon. And she's like, what
Once in a what
is a
moon?
gray moon? Don't you mean blue moon? I say, no, I say gray moon.
Gray.
Once in a gray moon.
What does that even mean?
I
Yeah,
just say it.
Dave,
It's my
we
own little
need to
thing.
have an offline conversation about your colorblindness.
Listen, I have a wife. I don't need two other ones. one ball breaking's enough. I don't need two more.
I
Stop
think
with
it's
your
down
madness.
to colorblindness at this stage. A
Holy-
gray moon? Like
Mhm.
there is such a thing as a blue
Okay.
moon. You guys
Yeah,
know
chuckle
that,
for whatever
yeah?
you want. Yeah. Well, the moon. Hold on. Is the moon blue or is it gray?
Depends
It's a
on
blue moon.
what's happening in the universe.
That's right.
Depends on
Listen,
what
you
it-
can't believe
I don't
anything
know.
what they're saying. Pluto is a planet. Pluto isn't
No.
a planet. You don't know what those guys. They're all
Pluto's a
topsy-turvy.
dog.
Do you really know? Do you know that the moon isn't really our moon? That somebody put that up there?
What?
That's a rabbit hole thing. Rabbit hole theory is
What?
that rabbit hole theory is that moon that we associate as a moon is really a satellite, and inside of it there is alien technology.
And they're
Watch it.
probably
Wasn't there a movie
controlling
about
all of
that?
the.
No,
They're
but that's
probably
There
that's a rabbit hole theory.
controlling all the halftime
No,
shows.
there was a movie
going-
about the moon was coming
Yeah,
in.
they picked Bad Bunny and Kid Rock.
Yeah.
we'll fix them. Put them two losers up there. Let's see what kind of turnout we get for that. They got their money's worth. They got all these idiots watching them, and then they're still talking about it.
Mhm.
Listen, you want to know why
Suckers.
we haven't been invaded by aliens? Because they're watching the internet and they have yet to find intelligent life.
No,
I was just going to say,
That's
they
all
think
I'm
we're all a bunch of
saying.
assholes.
they
Yeah.
laugh and they're like, dude, I ain't going down there. I'd rather go
That
live on
cesspool.
another
not doing
uninhabited
that.
moon.
What
Nah.
kind of shit show's going on over there? Yeah, we want no part of it.
They're like, yeah, you see,
We'll
we
just
did
wait
an
till they blow
experiment.
themselves up.
Ultimate fail.
Yeah, seriously.
We failed. We
My
failed.
God. Yeah.
So,
So-
listen, there was actually a movie about that where the moon was crashing towards Earth and they had to go up and try and knock it back into its proper orbit. And they found an alien machine in the center of it.
Yes, there was. I don't
What
remember
the
name.
hell kind of stuff do you two watch?
That's on. I think that's on Netflix now. I don't remember the title, or it was on Netflix at one
My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
point.
Okay.
And it was,
well, getting back,
So-
a horrible movie, but it was a good kind of horrible.
okay, well, getting back to the Super Bowl before Jay gets on and yells at us.
Yeah, that's coming.
If
next.
you
To a theater
if you
near you.
had an artist that you think that everybody would be in agreement with, but I mean, I know these days everyone picks everything apart and they just want something to complain about. But is there an artist out there that you guys think would do a Super Bowl halftime show that everybody would be happy with?
Yeah,
Mm. Who?
I actually have one, and I kind of pertain it to what we've had in the past. So you look at Michael Jackson. So I think the perfect person this day and age for something like that would be Christina Aguilera.
Mhm.
I think she would draw a
Bruno
lot of
Mars
attention,
would
and
be good.
Bruno Mars would be another one, which he already did. He already did a halftime show. He did a halftime
Did
show.
he?
He was, yeah, he
Okay.
did. It was like probably about 4 or 5 years. Now it might have been even back further than that. I think Madonna would be a good one.
No.
I'm
No.
over her.
No.
Yeah.
No, because I've been to her concerts and she gets up there and she gets all political herself. She gets on her little
Okay.
high horse and she, she, first of all, she wouldn't show up on time. The last time I went to a concert of hers, she came out 3
Chris does not
hours.
like Madonna.
I did.
Oh,
I
you
did.
did?
And I
3
spent
hours late.
3 hours late. She came out
Wow.
3 hours late and it was a whole big thing. And, she didn't start her concert until it was like 11:30, quarter to 12. And it was awful. I mean, the show was phenomenal. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's the fact that, first of all, she probably wouldn't even show up on time for the Super Bowl. That's number one. But number two, I've heard her during her other concerts where I think it was during 9/11. She was doing a concert and she said something like, you can suck George Bush's dick, like just making statements like that throughout her shows. So I think she definitely would be one that would spark political controversy the second
Okay.
she had the platform to do it. So I'm
What
gonna
would you
I'm
what
gonna
would you think
86 that one.
what would you think about, or 6, 7? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do
I
That's
hate
another
that.
thing I don't understand. So
I
6,
hate that.
7 this.
My God.
Go
Okay,
get
so
pumice,
I
Dave.
would go
Go
with
pumice yourself.
It's not time for pumicing, Chris.
Sorry.
So
I
I
would
think
go
I think
with,
Christina
um,
Aguilera would be a good suitor for a halftime, because all
I
she
would
does
go
is
with
entertain.
either Garth Brooks
That's another good one.
or someone that you never really hear about, like as far as making statements or tweets or whatever else
Yeah.
these other
Like
ones are doing.
I would think like a Luke Combs would be a good
No, I'm thinking
one.
like
He's a
Linkin
country
Park.
singer. That's a group. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Does Metallica
about
get
you,
all
Chris?
political? Does Metallica get political?
Not that I know of. I think they have a hard enough time just being Metallica.
Singing still.
That they don't.
I
Listen,
think-
I went to their concert. It was really good.
I like Metallica.
It was damn well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Metallica. And I think your old school players like your Billy Joels. I don't think he
Billy
got.
Joel would
I
be
don't think
definitely a good one.
Billy Joel,
Elton John.
Elton John.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean, they would be good
you're
for us, but would they be good for a younger generation? Would they
Well, the
want to
problem is
hear?
you're not going to find too many younger generation singers that aren't political, because that whole
Exactly.
thing
Yeah.
is they're all platform rated. Like they love
Yes.
to have the platform, and
yeah.
Everything's
Bad Bunny's
likes and
Bad Bunny's a good
tweets and
example.
retweets.
Bad Bunny's a good example. And then that girl I was telling you about, that I still can't remember her name, but she was I want to say she was French. So she's a younger one. Like a lot of these people at this award ceremony, Jennifer and I didn't even know who they were. We're like, dude, I don't know who these
Yeah.
people are. I don't even know what I'm listening to right now.
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
they're
I
all
don't even
politically
watch
based.
the award shows because
Yeah,
of
I don't-
that.
All right. I don't even know who these people are. I'm like,
No.
who?
Yeah.
What were they in?
And
I
the
don't
only-
watch.
and I think what they do
watch
now,
them because I don't want to be preached at by someone
Mhm.
who's singing, "Touch Me, Baby."
Yeah.
You're not the guy to preach at me about my politics,
Right.
So I
Well,
don't have time for all
touch me, baby, like political.
No, I'm saying that's what they sing
No.
about, and then they're up there saying,
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Dave's
Back
a day
to-
late and a dollar short.
Yeah, I'm a little short on that one. Been short my
I
whole
don't
life.
need someone who made a career off of
Get out the
grabbing their own
chains.
crotch,
Get the chains
telling
out.
me how I
You're
should
short
vote.
of the goal line.
Where's Jay?
He's probably stroking out right now.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I
like
gotta
having a
go there and
stroke.
see this
not-
video. I can only imagine what they're saying.
Ugh, poor Jay. I mean, it was bad
So, Kelly,
enough
how
when
you
it was
feeling?
you and Chris, but now you have me, who's very much like Chris. And poor
Oh, yeah.
Dave. Poor Dave's going to
Oh,
end
yeah,
up
I'm in
in
trouble.
therapy after this.
No, you can't. Listen,
I don't know. Dave's.
I'm as
no,
laid back as it gets. Nothing
think-
bothers me. And Jay,
I think
listen, Jay
Dave will
yells at me.
be-
I laugh at him. I don't even care.
Yeah.
He knows I love him, but I'll just laugh.
Yeah. I get fired up with Jay, and Dave just sits there and laughs. He's just
I
like,
just sit and
don't
laugh
let
at
him
everything
bother
'cause
me.
it's so funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
who cares? He got on
Yeah,
there the
I
one
don't
day. He
know.
was yelling at me about something. And I'm like, dude, like you got to tell me these things. Like I can't read minds. I mean, you think I am, but I am not a mind reader.
Yeah.
what you want
Meanwhile,
from me.
Jay's like having a complete stroke and a meltdown over something.
Yeah, his hair's messed up. He's got to fix it. It's like,
Well, in
I-
all fairness, he does have good
can you
hair.
guys record Sunday?
He has
Yes.
great hair.
Yeah,
Love it.
He's
got
great
good
hair. Yeah. But then like we'll put it in the group chat. Oh, we're gonna record and blah blah blah, right? And then like he'll jump into the conversation when he has time, and you can tell that he hasn't read anything above where he's jumped in. And then all of a sudden it's like, you two decided, when were you planning on looping me in? And then we're like, if you read about 7 paragraphs
Yeah, if
before,
you point
you
up,
would
you go like
see.
this. Look up.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
read the whole thread.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't want to do that. And then he yells at us, and then and it becomes a thing, and then it's funny, and yeah. And then Greg Biffle gets
That's
brought
great.
into it, and yeah.
And then Biffle got put on a plane on his way to Florida with his family. So
Plane
sad.
crash, yeah,
So
up in
sad.
flames, didn't make
Terrible.
it. Poor thing. Sorry, Greg.
So-
Pickles
You guys
family.
saw what was in my coffee cup, right?
So
Mm-mm.
to bring it back, bad.
Nice.
To bring it back full circle.
That's my girl. That's
To
my
bring
girl.
it back full circle. Before we
Full circle. At
give
this
our-
point, it's just a downward death spiral.
how do you think
On
we
the
get-
Biffle family plane.
Yes. So sad. Very sad. Very
Okay, so
sad.
the bunny. We're not mad at the bunny, right?
No. No. But how do we
And
make
we're not
but here-
mad
but
at
how do
the
we
bunny,
make
but
so how do we make Super Bowl halftime better to where we're not
We don't
Making
do any of it because it's all about money. They don't care what we want. They care about what's going to make them the most money. And if they,
And they
have to
wanna-
jump into the political arena to do it, they will.
And they're going to do whatever is going to be talked about because, like we have said a million times before, negative
Is good.
conversation is
Is
still
good.
conversation, and you're still talking about it. So
and
I
they're making
think
they're
it's
making money on this right now. They're making money.
100%, 100%.
Bad,
So
bad publicity
so
is still publicity.
publicity,
All right.
right?
Well, before we do our final 2-minute thing, whatever,
Uh-huh.
did you guys what was your favorite commercial?
Budweiser always does the best commercials. The other one that I
Eagle.
liked, yeah, Budweiser, hands down, Budweiser always does the best commercials. They're the ones I always look forward to. If I see a freaking Doritos commercial, I'm like, turn it off. They're dumb. They don't make sense. The other one that I did like was the Goodwill Hunting spoof for Dunkin'. Was it Dunkin'
yes,
Donuts?
the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
I
Dunkin'
love
I
that.
Donuts.
like
was my
that one.
favorite.
I thought that was
Can
good.
we talk
But
about can we talk about how Pepsi hijacked the polar bear? Coke's polar bear?
yes,
They did.
That was
Yes.
awesome.
I missed that. I missed
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
They
Now
were
I'm
gonna
they
have
had
to
a
watch
polar
some of
bear
that.
with a blindfold doing a taste test between Coke and Pepsi,
yeah.
Wow.
and he picked
That's awesome.
Pepsi.
Did
That's
he?
awesome.
It was
Wow.
it was
And
horrible, but
didn't
it was
they-
a good
and I-
horrible.
And I think they had the polar bear like laying on the couch in therapy.
Mhm.
There is
Yeah.
the Coke polar bear was laying on the therapist couch having a therapy
Yeah.
session. That was good too. Yeah.
He
Nice.
couldn't believe that
Yeah.
he picked Pepsi.
Yeah.
So-
I
so
think
we'll
they really
start-
they stepped it up this year with that one. But
So
yeah.
we'll start with Colleen. Colleen, give us your final.
Sum up
You
in
sum
2
up.
minutes. Sum up your thoughts on the Super Bowl, the halftime show.
Okay, the halftime show. Again, not mad at the bunny. Thrilled that the women were wearing clothes. Right? That's a step in the right direction that we seem to have gotten away from over the past few years. I think it was a good show. I was a little upset that the sugarcane didn't dance because there were people inside the sugar canes, and I was
Okay.
expecting some sort of a number from them. Otherwise, why have people inside of sugar canes?
Good point.
Not impressed either way about Kid Rock. I think it was the wrong guy to have as your faith first movement. I don't know that was well thought out.
Okay.
Nothing against him as an artist. Again, I have his music. I just don't know that they thought out the
He
inconsistency
probably could have been part
there.
of it versus being the leader of it.
Yeah. Well, and even that's a stretch. I mean, when you're talking faith, I don't know that he's the man that jumps to the top 10 list of faith-based artists that they could have had. I think the whole thing was silly to have this rivalry. It's an entertainment industry, and I don't think that entertainment industry should be politicized. We don't do that in hockey, man. We don't do that in hockey.
No. Go ahead, Chris. What's your 2-minute sum up of the halftime activities?
I didn't think Bad Bunny was terrible. I think that it would have been better had I understood what he was saying. Have it in
Subtitles.
English. Like, I'm sorry, have it in English. Like, you know, you're in the United States. English is the first language. I understand you're doing your thing and you're trying to include the minorities, whatever, and that's all great and wonderful, but do it in English, because how many people watching truly understood what he was saying? I mean, let's be honest, right? With that being said, on the flip side, you know, I agree with Colleen that it was kind of silly to have this rival halftime show where I think it was like 60 million people watched Kid Rock live on YouTube, but Bad Bunny had 130 some million people watching. So, I mean, there is no comparison there. A lot of people didn't even know the Kid Rock was on. I did watch it, and, you know, he went from doing his old school, you know, singing about friends in the methadone clinic, you know, and all this other stuff. And then the next song that he did was a song that he wrote, and he's telling people, what would, don't you pull a J on me. And then the next song he wrote, and it's about, like, you know, bringing yourself back to faith. So he kind of like did a 180 there, and it kind of contradicted
what he was doing,
the whole point, you know. And so I don't know. I think they need to have one halftime show. I think they need to find an artist across the board who is, you know, not going to be political, or maybe even put it in their rider. You want to do the Super Bowl halftime show? No politics. Let's make this about entertainment. Let's make it fun. Let's make it all inclusive for everybody. You know, fine. If you want to sing a song in Spanish, fine. The whole halftime show? What was that? Like,
I mean, I don't,
whatever.
For me, I don't think that's the Spanish thing. I'm okay with, but have have like subtitles underneath.
Subtitles.
So you can put the English with the
Right.
song. You know what I mean?
Right. I would have enjoyed it more had I known what he was saying.
Right. So I don't care if you want to sing in Spanish, but at least put us up, like, because if it was the other way around, you would want the translation to be underneath for the people that didn't speak English.
Agreed.
If he was singing in English and they didn't understand English, they would want it in Spanish so he can understand it.
Right.
So my thing is put the catch-22 under there, man, so we can say it and we can say what you're singing about. The other side of it
I
is,
think
too,
it was
for
a
me,
missed opportunity for Bunny,
you.
that if he wanted to get
All right,
a
I'm going to pull
message
Jay
out,
here. Colleen, you had your time. It's
Dave
my
has
time.
the talking.
It's my
Dave has the talking
I have
stick.
the talking stick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to get my Stonesbrook, I'm coming at you.
Wait,
no,
can I pull a J? Can I pull a J? Colleen, shut up.
Yes. Yeah, he don't even.
That's what he used to tell me all the
words.
time. That's what he used to tell me all the time.
That's the way he is, boy. He lays it out. But anyway,
fighting words.
I honestly think that we need, like, I agree with you two guys. I think we need to keep the politics out of it. It's entertainment. You have kids in the stands. They don't need to hear it. They hear enough of it. They don't need to hear it. And the people in the stands hear enough of it. They don't need to hear it. And I think that was stupid to have. Don't get me wrong. I love Kid Rock. I think it was pretty funny that they even attempted to put a second halftime show on and try and compete with it, which they didn't anyway. But honestly, I look at I don't look at it from the message that they were both trying to portray. I look from the entertainment aspect. I thought both of them stunk. That's just my opinion. I didn't think they were good. Other people liked them. Like Jennifer enjoyed it. She thought Bad Bunny was like a big party. And she liked the fact that somebody got married on the stage and all that while they were doing it. For me, like, I've seen better. Like Whitney Houston put on a better performance. Michael Jackson put on a better performance. Like, those type of artists did not make it politics. They went out and they did themselves. Like they did what made them famous. And I think if you're going to do something like that, that's what you're there for. You're there for what we know you are, not for your political beliefs. And listen, I'm a very religious guy, but I'm not going to force my religion down somebody's throat. But I'm going to be who I'm going to be. You're not going to change who I am, but I'm not going to shove it down your throat. I mean, I could tell you, hey, God's not going to like that. Jesus is not going to like that. That's me just saying it. You're still going to do it. I'm not going to sit there and condemn you. That's between you and God. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not judging.
Well,
you.
we've got one. We've got one that isn't condemning us all to hell.
That's it. You have to deal with it on your own, man. I always say, I tell my kids this: what you do here, you're going to have to answer for it in the after. And that's between you and Jesus, not between me and you. You do what
I
you
lit a
want.
candle in the Sacre-Cœur when I was in Paris in July,
Yes,
and I didn't pay for it.
boy. You're going to burn in hell, sister.
I was waiting for you to
Actually,
tell me that.
I did 2 candles.
I was waiting for you to tell me that a
Technically, it's
crack
a donation.
appeared down the side of the building when you entered.
Fire and
No.
brimstone. There's little flames
No.
of fire dropping down out of the ceiling.
No, I thought that would happen though. I thought the whole like ceiling was going to cave in and I was going to like ruin this historic like monument, you know, because I lit a candle and didn't pay for it. Yeah. Yeah. I
All
wasn't
right,
the only
well-
one though. Was not the only one. So yeah.
Once again, this is Dave, Chris, Colleen, our guest host from Three Friends and All the Things. We wish you well. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it real.
Remember
And
who
you know what?
you
Smack
are.
a bitch if you need to.
Go Birds.
And what Colleen said.
And what Colleen said.
And what
All
Colleen said.
right.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay, Jay. It's all you.
Listen.
Thanks for listening to the show. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. See you next time on Three Friends and All the Things podcast. Real talk, real people. New episodes drop every week, so hit follow, leave a review, and tell your messiest friend to listen too. You know the one I'm talking about. Until next time, keep it real, keep it loud, and keep doing all the things.